Hello everybody and welcome to this microeconomic video on unstable commodity markets. So firstly to our information section in the top left, and we need to know what a commodity is first. Now a commodity is a good which is uniform in quality, so that means the quality of every single good of this commodity is exactly the same. So uniform meaning the same. So an example of a commodity would be wheat. All wheat is exactly the same. It is uniform in quality. Its quality is exactly the same. So all wheat is exactly the same, and that therefore means that it is a commodity. And commodities are sold for their marginal cost of production. Just another point you need to know there. And we have two types of commodity moving into the top right now. We have hard commodities and soft commodities. So firstly, a hard commodity is a natural resource that must be extracted. So by extracted, I mean something that physically has to be withdrawn from the ground using some kind of energy. So something such as tin, so any metal really that has to be withdrawn from the ground, and oil also. Next we have soft commodities, and soft commodities are agricultural products or livestock. So they don't need to be withdrawn from the ground, they just need to be grown or farmed and nurtured. So examples would be from cows we get things like beef. So beef is a commodity because it's uniform in quality, and it's a soft commodity because we haven't had to extract it, we've had to grow it. And another example of a soft commodity was, as we've already said, wheat. Now, moving into the bottom right, commodities experience unstable prices. All the time their prices are going up and down and up and down. They are fluctuating. And this is due to them being natural resources. Because they are natural resources, their prices will fluctuate. And this is because the fact they are natural resources, this means that there's likely to be seasonal demand for them, and also certain conditions are needed for extraction. So, for example, in terms of oil extraction, you need all the right equipment there in order to be able to extract that oil. But if you don't have the right equipment there, or there's a lack of a particular type of oil drill, then the price of oil will go up because there will be less oil being extracted. So it goes up, and then when these drills are manufactured and given to the oil companies, the price will come down again, and then it will go up again and down again and up again and down again. And another example of conditions needed for extraction would be with soft commodities particularly. So for example, you need certain weather conditions to grow certain types of crops, and if those weather conditions aren't being experienced, you might have a bad harvest, so therefore the price of those crops will go up. But if you have a good harvest, they'll come down again, and then they'll go up again and down again and up again and down again. And food producers, as I just mentioned, particularly experience this. And this is for a few reasons. Firstly, because of seasonal demand. For example, some foods are demanded at different types of the year. For example, turkey is particularly demanded at Christmas time, so its price will go up at Christmas time and then down throughout the rest of the year because there is low demand for it. Also because of the conditions needed to extract them. So like I said, good harvest, bad harvest, price will go up, good harvest, price will come down, and they'll carry on fluctuating. Also the fact that now in the modern era we have big powerful supermarkets, and farms have lost their bargaining power to them. So say for example a farm said, I'll sell you all of my wheat for this amount of money. The supermarket will say, no, we'll buy it cheaper from somewhere else. So therefore the farm has lost its bargaining power. It has to come down to the supermarket's price, otherwise it won't sell its good. And also because food tends to be a normal good, so if income falls, then the demand for certain types of food particularly will fall, particularly more expensive foods. Then therefore if you are a producer of fine expensive foods, then your prices will go up and down and up and down and fluctuate all the time. And next, moving into the bottom left, we have buffer stocks. Now a buffer stock scheme is a scheme run by governments, and it has the aim of preventing this unstable price fluctuations of commodities. So our definition here is that a buffer stock is a stock of a basic commodity acquired in a price of low unstable prices. So if the price of the commodity is low, then what governments will do, they will buy it up, and that decreases the commodity supply, which forces the price of the commodity up and stabilizes it. However, then when the price goes too high, because remember the price will go up and down all the time, so when it then gets really high, all of the stock that the government has bought, they will resell to producers, they will redistribute into the market, and therefore they are increasing the supply of that commodity, which brings the price down and stabilizes it again. So buffer stock is a stock of a basic commodity acquired in a period of low or unstable prices, which is stored and redistributed in times of high prices in order to stabilize the price. And buffer stock schemes have disadvantages particularly. Their advantage is that they stabilise the prices, but the disadvantage is that they're expensive to run, because obviously you need to buy huge warehouses to store all your commodities. And also soft commodities, particularly food, tend to be perishable, so they may not work.